In this episode of Sanity at Sea, we weigh anchor early in the morning at Punta Tomita and head out of Banderas Bay, going south around Cabo Corrientes, and then turning southeast along the Pacific coast of Mexico toward Tenacatita.
Hey, it's Thursday morning, the 9th of March, 2023, and I want to make this video because we're motoring out toward Cabo Corrientes out of Banderas Bay, and we seem to be lacking some perceived versus real information on sea state and wind and stuff, so we're going to try and get an idea of what our perception is versus what Predict Wind is predicting. The Cabo Corrientes is, of course, a point of land that juts out south of Banderas Bay, and it kind of makes the turn for the whole country of Mexico on the Pacific side down toward the southeast. So some wind can whip around there and the sea state can get bad. So we're trying to go at a very calm time. At least it's predicted to be calm. So what's predicted is that we're going to have about 5 to 10 knots of wind coming in whichever direction it may come from, because it's calm this morning. And it's predicted that the wave height out there in the ocean is going to be about 4.5 feet, maybe a little less, with about 10 or 11 seconds in between each swell. There are some little swells too that contribute to that. But we're going to just see if that holds true or if we feel like it is when we get out there. So I'll be posting more on this video in about 3 or 4 hours when we start going around the field.
What did Predict Wind say the direction would be? Because we don't know, but
the direction of the swell, the main swell could be coming from the south, and the alternate swell could be coming from the west, is what it said. So I don't know.
I mean, as far as the wind.
Oh, the wind. We think the wind's going to generally be coming from a little bit from the north, and then it's going to switch around to the northwest. It's also predicted some westerlies, which seem to have faded this morning on the latest report. So we just don't know until we get out there, but we'll report back.
And we're heading south, correct?
And right now we are heading southwest, probably, to get out of the bay.
We are motoring, and we have about 9.5 knots coming from the beam of true winds. So what are you doing, Tyler?
So I'm getting ready to raise the mainsail, and it's not really raising it, it's more unfurling it, because it's a roller furler mainsail. It comes out of the mast. So I'm going to bring it out of the mast, just because we have enough wind, maybe we get a little more stability while we're motor sailing towards the point. So I'm going to be pulling on the outhaul and releasing the furler part so that it pulls out onto the boom.
So would you need to put up a genoa or anything?
Maybe, we'll see. We'll look at that after we get the main out.
Do you want to give us an update on how things are going?
Yeah, so I don't know, I think we're about an hour or two away from rounding the point, maybe?
About an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, okay. Hour and a half away, and the predictions for the wind were pretty accurate. We're not getting a whole lot of wind right now. We had to power up a little bit on the engine RPMs to maintain some speed to get around this point before it gets too late in the day. And so we are still motor sailing, still getting some help from the sails. The sea state is pretty good. I mean, it's a little rolly, but it's about what was predicted, I think, so far. So things are moving right along, and we'll update when we get closer to the point.
So would you say the swell is a meter or less or more?
Yeah, I'd say it's about a meter average. Yeah.
Okay, and it was predicted to be about that.
Yeah. I think it's pretty accurate so far. We're seeing the wind kind of dying a little over time, and we'll see if it picks back up afternoon like it's supposed to.
are we with this rounding of Cabo Corrientes?
Well, we're not there yet. It's a little before 11 o'clock. I don't think we're going to be starting to round it for another 30 minutes or so, but the seas have definitely gotten larger, but not uncomfortable. The wind has died a bit. We're not getting as much wind, and it's coming from our stern more now. We're not being reaching as much, so yeah, we're having to motor a little more, and we'll just see how it is once we make a change. You can actually see the lighthouse now on the point. You can see the lighthouse from here, so we're not quite there, but we're pretty close. So we are about at the point now of Cabo Corrientes. We're about 4.5 miles offshore. The recommended is 5 unless it's very calm, and so we felt like it was calm enough, so we're fudging a little bit, cutting the corner a little bit. So we're about 4.5 miles off the point. Sea state seems to have calmed just a bit right here. The wind has too. We're getting a little bit of a headwind, but not very much, so we're just motoring into this swirly wind right now, and hopefully it'll take a direction from the northwest in another hour or two, and we can start sailing. But right now we're still gonna head out toward our waypoint, which is I don't know, another 30 minutes maybe or so, and then we'll start making a turn down the coast. All right, so we've heard a lot of harrowing stories about rounding Cabo Corrientes, and I'm sure they're all true. But for us, it's been partly sunny and pretty calm sea state, and almost no wind. So we specifically chose this time of day to get around it, and now we are around it. We're heading down the coast now with basically no wind. We're hopeful that it will fill in a couple hours and we'll get to sail the rest of the day and maybe through the night. But our experience getting around the point there was not bad. It wasn't too bad. So we will try and plan on our way back up north the same kind of thing. We'll try and plan it for the calmest conditions we can find, and if we have to motor around it, we'll just motor.
Okay, so do you have anything happen unusual? Was it what we did see some whales?
Did see some whales. We did see a couple other sailboats, but we couldn't see them on our AIS, on our chart plotter. So I called one of the boats, and he said he wasn't seeing us on his chart plotter either. So I'm not sure if that's a function of this area that we're in. We're in kind of a satellite dead zone maybe, or maybe I need to reset the system, so we'll work on that this afternoon and see if we can get our identification system up that shows us where boats are on the chart plotter. Are about 2:30 in the afternoon. Wind finally filling in a little bit from behind us at about 8 knots. We're going about 4 knots, a little less than 4 knots. Going wing on wing with our lightweight drifter out on one side and our Genoa pulled out to the other side. It's beautiful, beautiful way to sail. It's just very slow, which is fine. We're in no hurry. We've got another 15 to 20 hours of this. So this is really nice. Sea state is calm. It's great.
And where are we going?
We don't know yet. We're thinking if we're near Tenacatita around daylight, we'll go to Tenacatita. And if it's still dark, it's not daylight yet, we'll go down to Barra de Navidad. So we're just gonna see what the wind tells us to do.
Or Bahia de Navidad.
Bahia de Navidad. Yeah, we could go to Bahia de Navidad and anchor there and figure out the tide situation. But I think high tide's at about 10 o'clock down there, so if that works out, we'll do that. If not,
then we'll do Tenacatita.
Okay, Captain. Can you give us an update? What's going on?
Sure, Admiral Sheila. It's a little after 6 p.m., about 6:20 in the evening, and the wind picked up, and it's coming from the northwest, so it's coming across our starboard stern quarter at about 14 knots, and we're making about 6.4 knots speed in 9 knots of apparent wind, and it's smoothed out as far as that goes because we're getting a little more lift. We're riding up over some of these waves and it feels pretty good. So we're gonna hope that it just stays like this on into the night as it gets dark and we can continue to make good time. We just had some nice dinner and Sheila baked some biscuits to go with it, go with our chicken soup, and yeah, feeling pretty good going into the night.
Yeah. About those biscuits, I did kind of heat up the cabin really bad.
Yeah, that's okay. It's cool enough. Yeah.
Well, the wind steadily picked up throughout the day, and as evening approached, we had true wind speeds of over 20 knots. The wind continued to increase, and we furled in the drifter. We sailed under the full Genoa alone until nightfall, when the winds began to pick up to over 25 knots. This time we decided to furl in the Genoa just a little bit, or reef the Genoa. We sailed with reef Genoa, and the waves continued to get bigger and rolled us from side to side for most of the night until about 2 or 3 in the morning, when the winds finally died and we got a little bit of a break.
So we're just getting to Tenacatita, and it's been about 24 hours since we left Punta de Mita, and everything has gone really well. We've had a whole variety of sailing and not sailing and motoring. We're currently motor sailing to get into the anchorage and being welcomed and escorted by dolphins, which I wish I could really get a good picture of, but it is really early, and there's some cloud cover, so it's making it a little dark. And let's see, what else can I say? We've had a fun time, and we are here, and we're looking forward to. Oh, what?
The dolphins.
Yes. Oops, I just don't know how to get them on here, so.
Hey guys, we made it early this morning into Tenacatita. It's an interesting 24 hours. A little bit of everything. A little bit of calm sailing, relaxing, a little bit of big sea state kind of stuff, a little bit of 25 knot winds, every point of sail, lots of sail changes. Kept us busy for 24 hours, and we're tired. But this is a beautiful anchorage, and we're gonna hang out here for a few days and just rest and learn about the area. And we miss you guys already. We wish you guys were here with us, enjoying this with us. Oh, this morning we had lots of dolphins on our bow, riding our bow wake early this morning when we were coming into the anchorage. It was kind of cool. Couldn't get any video because I was trying to unfoul the drifter furler. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyway.
And what do you have there for your passage drink?
Oh, it's coffee. It's coffee. As soon as we anchored, man, we laid down for a couple hours and rested because we didn't get much sleep last night, and then I got up and made coffee. So this is kind of our morning coffee right now at noon. But yeah.
What do you think of the anchorage?
It's lovely. It's beautiful. There's a lot of boats here. Quite a few boats, but there was plenty of room to anchor, and I don't find it especially Rolly. It's a little bit calmer than La Cruz, I think, as far as the sea. Definitely the sea state in here is calmer.
There's a little palapa restaurant on shore where you can dinghy over, and they have bocce ball. The cruisers have bocce ball.
La Manzanilla is just over on the other side of the bay.
I wonder if I can get that on here. Just over
a farmer's market.
there on the other side.
A lot of other amenities. So we might go over there and anchor one day, or we might just catch a cab over there. So, yeah, it's interesting. That's it. Hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment below.